Hey everyone, this is Diane here. Welcome to another video on Decoeasy. Thank you so much for stopping by, also for me and also for my mother-in-law Jenny. We love to host this channel together and we want to take you with us in some new Christmas DIY. So are you ready? Here we go. We can go crafting.
For this DIY, we need a piece of old wood, and this is a free wood I found with IKEA. So I didn't pay anything for it. And it is reusable. So that's the great thing. It was something else for a dresser, but now I'm still going to make it for my Christmas toolbox. And we need a silhouette print, of course, of a Christmas tree to use for the sides. So these are the main pieces we need for this toolbox. I placed you a little bit sideways from me so you can see it a little bit better. You see, I have here my print for my Christmas tree, but you see already, if we want to make it into a toolbox, we need a little piece of straight line over here to attach our bottom on top of here and a little piece of the side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make my measurement and I'm going to make a little line over here like this this way, and I'm going to do it this way. And now I know that I have to cut it out this way, and then we are going to do the Christmas tree. So I have always a place to attach my bottom and the sides of my toolbox. Of course, I'm going to cut it out, but I won't bore you with that. So I will stop it now and then you can go see it further. This is what I mean. Now you see the underside, and of course, if you imagine it, everything is black. So I just did a straight line over here and a little straight line over here. But of course, we still keep this side until for our measurement for our Christmas tree. It is not really a big one. I will make it from some wood, but of course you can also make it from a piece of cardboard, a little bit thick cardboard, or a piece of a panel of isolation panel. You also have this kind of panel, which are also very thick, so you can use anything which you have laying around. I just have this piece of wood, but you can do anything you like. So we cut it out. What we're going to do, we are going to make the bottom and two Christmas trees and two side panels from this piece of wood. So I will turn it around and will measure it out. You see already I did one line over here, and this is just the line which is the measurement in between the bottom. So like this. So this will be the bottom of our toolbox. And you see, like this, I really measure it out. We are going to get one Christmas tree over here from wood and one on this side, like here. So this is the bottom. What we're going to do, I'm going to do two pieces, I think from a centimeter of, now what shall I say, 4 or 5, because I like a toolbox which is a little bit open so I can decorate a little bit easier for the Christmas season. So I'm going to measure out a cup. Maybe if I am correct, I also can do one piece of a lining of my, I don't know how you call this one. I just did a Dutch word of the Dutch word of the day. If you like the Dutch words of the day, of course, come on over to our community tab, and there you find every 5 p.m. Eastern time the Dutch word of the day. So even if you want to still liking to learn something in the Dutch, you also can go over there every 5 p.m. Eastern time. So I will measure out, I think 4 centimeters is enough, like this. And I'm going to do 4 over here and 4 over here, like this. And now I'm going to place it over here, and I'm going to measure out. Of course, I need to stand up if I want to have the lines straight, like this. I have to look if I'm right. So I know for some people this is taking much too long of your time, but you're free to skip forward. So I will make 2 of them. You see already I did my bottom and I did my 2 sides I need. But if you look right, if I do this Christmas tree, you see already this is the end of my piece of wood. So I am not going to make it to make it 2 times the Christmas tree. So what I'm going to, and I want to have my Christmas tree from this wood because this is a little bit thicker. So I'm going to do the 2 panels from a different piece of wood. I'm going to take this piece of wood. So I will measure them out later. So I will start with my Christmas tree on this side. And we are going to draw them over, and now I have room for the second one also. And here you see already the next the drawing I made. This is the bottom, and he is 22 centimeters wide. And of course my Christmas tree is also 22.5 centimeters wide. I don't know exactly how it is in inches, but you have to look it up on Google, then you can find it. Of course I will saw this out, and of course I will do this time this one in 2 times, and then we are going to make from this piece of wood, we are going to make the side panels for this side. On my table you see already I have measured out everything. If it is correct, I don't know. We will see how this will turn out. It's always an experiment and chaos, so bear with me. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to cut all the pieces out. On the table you see already all the pieces we did saw out outside, but of course if you use cardboard you just can cut it out with some knives. I did 2 of the side panels like you saw, and I did a little piece of dowel. This is very easy, just a round wooden dowel, and of course he has the same measurement like my side panel. I have to show it to you this way, like this. The bottom is under here, and then we have our 2 Christmas trees, which will be the side panels of our toolbox, like this. And now we have to find a way to get it glued, nailed, or something else. You will see this in the step next. What I'm going to do first is I chose to glue it first. So I'm going to glue 1 panel on this side against my little bottom. So I'm going to glue this. Of course I'm doing it with some glue gun, but of course you can use it with any glue you like, and later on I will do a little nail inside of it to make sure that it will stay in place. So I do just a little bit, so I am sure that everything will stick together like this, and just place it against each other like this, and keep it in place for a little second until it is dried up. At least I hope it will it will dry up, but we will see how this will work or not. But you see already it's I don't know if this will stick in place or not. On my table you see already lots and lots of glue. Gluing was not one of the smartest things to do. Of course I should have used second glue, that glues a little bit better. You see I did now some nails on the side. I did a couple of them over here. Now I'm going to get my dowels. First I was thinking to do the side panels with this pieces, but when I was thinking about it, I don't like it. So I'm going to take 2 pieces of dowel, and I'm going to do 1 over here and 1 over here, because I don't want to have a high toolbox. And of course later on we will do 1 on top. And of course you can also do 2 over here. If you do over here you can also do it 2 over here. Everything is fine, just the way you think it's right. So I will do some nails inside of this one. I think I'm going to do it here, but of course also can do over here. So I will see. See, I did hang my Christmas tree, and my bottom is over here. I hang it on my table so I get a better place to do my nails. So I'm just taking a little gold nail, and I'm going to do over here just the first pieces like this. So I won't bother you with the noise. You see, I already have 1 dowel over here, and I just did it like this with some nail. I pushed the nail through, and the dowel is very easy just to squeeze it in. So that's very easy to do. So I'm going to do the other side. Now I have both of the dowels in, and now I only need the top like this. And then we can do the other Christmas tree on top of here. See, I'm going to push my nail in the top of the Christmas tree like this. And I make sure that it doesn't stick on my table or else I have a Christmas tree on my table. So you see already, he is already through. What I'm going to do, now I'm going to take the other dowel. I'm going to place it on top of here, and now you already can squeeze it in. All the 3 dowels are inside of here, and of course, like I said, you can use panels if you like that better, and you still can use the panels if you do it like this. Just glue it on the sides. Maybe I will do that later, but for now I'm keeping it with the dowels. Now I'm going to get my second Christmas tree, and I'm just going to nail both of them and against this one. I hope you did understand a little bit the steps I did. I always do it a little bit different than most people, but if you have someone who can make it much easier inside of each other, so of course this is just an example. Don't mind me. Most of the time I do it a little bit different. Our toolbox, Christmas toolbox, is totally in each other. I think you call it this way. In Netherlands we call it in elkaar. But what I'm going to do, because I don't want to mislead you, because if you are turning it around like this, and I do it this way to the camera, you see already a couple of the nails are coming through, because this plate is not really thick. So I had a lot of, this side it did go totally well, only this side was one disaster. So but I did it myself. What I'm going to do, because I want to work it away, I take a little piece of wood, very thin, and I'm going to glue this over here like this. And I do, of course, on the other side also. I don't need it, but I think it looks a little bit better that way. So, and then we're going to paint it. For so far, the Christmas toolbox is ready, and I am really loving how he is turned out. What I'm going to do, I am going to have my, at least I have my decor in lots of black and white. So I'm going to paint this toolbox in the black color. But of course, you can do any color you like. If you like white better, or maybe red or green, but I like the black color. So I'm going to use some very cheap school board paint, and I'm going to painted in the black color. You see already a little bit how it will turn out, because the base already was also from the old panels were in the black color. So I will paint this black. I painted him totally in the black color, you see already, and now I let it dry for a couple of, I think maybe a little hour, because schoolboard paint is always drying very fast. So I'm going to do, in the meantime, I'm going to look for some greenery. Here on my table you see already my toolbox, which is already finished with a painting. Of course, you hear my voice. My voice is very bad because I have the flu, but I want to make this DIY for you. So sorry, bear with me with my voice. So you see already I have them in the black color, and of course, if you imagine, if you do it in the white color or any color you like. I found some greenery. I use some not faux greenery but real greenery. I always buy a Christmas tree and I take pieces out of it, so that's much cheaper than buy loose pieces. I have some berries. I have some, you see already some bottle brush tree. If I'm correct, I have a couple of them. So we will make a little display inside of our toolbox, so we can use it for our dinner table for the Christmas dinner. And of course, it will be very easy. And this way you can always get very easily take your centerpiece away of your table. So we will see how this will turn out. So I placed you in this angle. I hope you can see what I do, but maybe you don't even care what I'm doing. So, but I will make my piece. What I'm going to do, I use some bottle brush tree, and I'm going to place one on this side of the handle and two on this side of the handle, like this. and this one over here, and just place it. And of course you can do them. I have here also some sticky gum, so if you want to be sure that they stay in place, you also can give them some sticky gum. And I will do this one like this. Now I have the lighter versions of our butter brush tree. You see this one with a little bit of snow. I'm going to look for if I have 3 of them. I have to get them out of my box, and I have 3 of them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place again, very easy, one in between here like this, and I'm going to do one on this side in here. And this is such an easy centerpiece. Everyone can make. I can make it, so then you can make it. So I'm going to place this one over here like this, and now you have 3 on each side. Now we're going to get some a little bit more other, this kind of, you use also in my Christmas village, this kind of butter brush tree. And I'm going to look also again for 3 of this size, but I have to be sure that I have one with some stamp under it. You see already, but most of the time in my Christmas village I always remove the stamp, so it's not always very normal that you have the stamp with me. So I'm going to place again somewhere in between, one over here like this, and this side. And I know you can see it very bad right now, so but I'm going to place one over here like this, and we're going to do one on this side, and we're going to make a little kind of forest, and like this. And of course we have to work a little bit with it, but give yourself some grace and just work with it. I always say I like this, and I need one on the other side over here. And you see already how easy they go off of their stem. So I will fix this and just remove it. Or remove it, just do it. Not remove it, just do it on top of each other again. So I have to get my tree on the stamp again, like this. And I'm going to do my tree inside on this side also. But you see that in a minute. And I need another one like this for the other side. Now you see the little forest on the side, and what I'm always going to do, because never any tree is not straight, so just give it a little turn like this, just bend it a little bit, because you don't want it to be perfect. Now we're going to get our little smaller pieces of our tree, and of course this one I'm going to do with some sticky gum, because I want to be sure that they don't go out of place on our table. So a little bit like here, and place it in between. And now we're going to get a very small one, just this one is even more smaller than the other one, and just go it in some grouping together. And now I'm going to do it over here, and I'm going to do them on the back side. So you see our forest is already getting his shape, and just only to do it with a couple of bottle brush tree in different sizes, and you already can make a nice little display. And I keep it very neutral, but you can do it in any color. What I'm going to do, because I placed everything in place now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my real greenery, and I'm going to cut off little pieces like this. I will show you. I will cut it off like this, and I'm just going to stick, and of course it can come out of our little toolbox. That's why I did not a side panel on it, so I can really squeeze very easily my greenery inside of here, and it's really giving a little more structure if you are also let it come out a little bit, because there's always yeah, it's coming more to life, like I always say. Just cut off little pieces and just work your way inside of your toolbox. And of course, don't forget the smaller ones. We will use any greenery we can have, like this. And this way I'm going to fill up every gap we can find, like this, because we don't want to see the bottom of our butter brush tree. They are plastic, and we don't want to see the plastic side. So I'm going to cut off this one, and I'm going to make it smaller like this. And again, move it inside of here. And we are going to do this one like this, because we don't want to see the plastic sides again. So I will work my way around it. Now I did both of the sides with my greenery. And of course, you even can, what I didn't do this time, of course, I will show it to you. You can, if you have just some greenery left over, you also can place it in between like this. If you want to have also the green a little bit more in the middle of your trees, you can place it anywhere. If you like it also inside of here, you can do it inside of here. But I will keep it very neutral. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my red berries and I'm going to place my red berries. I will cut off a little piece of the stem because it's a little bit too long, like this. And now I'm going to place it in between, just the way I want to have it. So anywhere I think it needs a little pop of red. These are the pops of red I did inside. And of course, like I always say earlier, just go all the way you think you want to decorate it. This is just a very simple way just to place it on your table with a Christmas and do some nice plates with it, and you have already your own little Christmas centerpiece. So in a moment I show you the end reveal. And before I show you how you can place it on your table, I show you also that I did a little piece of a ribbon, and this is a green velvet ribbon inside of here, and I just knotted the way you tie your shoes. So it's a very easy bow. If you are a great bow maker, just make a funky bow or something else, but I'm not a great bow maker, so I am going to do it this way. And I'm going to place in my battery operated lights, and I painted this one in the black color already a while ago because they are fitting more in my decor. You see already, when you see it this way, it doesn't look that you don't see it. At least I try not to let it see in my display. And you see the lights are very bright, and I am really loving a little bit of the classic yellow lights. So I will place that in, and then we're going to see the end reveal. So I will show you what I will use to make my centerpiece on my table. You see two of the bigger nutcrackers, two of the smaller nutcrackers in the red color, but you can use any nutcracker you like. Of course, I own our homemade centerpiece, two of the red and white houses, and two gift boxes. And of course you can do some gift cards inside of it, but I use them in my decor, because I always say think about out of the box, and you can make a lots and lots of beautiful decor. You see, I placed my centerpiece in the middle of my faux fur. Now I'm going to place the nutcrackers. Here I place them over here, and of course if you do them on your table, but I have to show you, so I have to face them this way. But of course, if you have them on your table, you do one in one direction and the other in the other direction. So on each side of the table, everyone can see what your centerpiece is. I will do now the second pair of nutcrackers. You see, now we have on both sides our other nutcracker pair, and now we're going to place the houses. And of course, again, I show it to you in this way, but of course, if normally you would do one facing one side and the other facing the other side. I placed also the houses in front of my centerpiece. And of course, I will use the little present boxes, but I don't know if I like that or not. So you see, my idea was to place them next to each other, but I think it's a little bit too much, at least for my taste. So I will leave the boxes away, and now you see really the end reveal. And here you see the end reveal of our homemade toolbox. And I know it is always with a twist, but this time he's for the Christmas season, but later on you can use them for your everyday decor. And of course you can change them up for every season. So I had so much fun making those very easy toolbox. So I hope you give it a try also. And for now, let's go over to our next DIY. And before we go further to our next DIY, I have to tell you that this video is part of a beautiful get-together we are hosting every Tuesday of each month, and it is called the High-End for Cheap get-together. And of course, we are hosting this every month together with the beautiful Kiki from Kiki's DIY. And for this month, of the month of December, are joining us Antoinette from Antoinette's Decorating, Andrea, Made on Maple Street DIY, LaParcha from Creating It Myself, and Martina from the Holidays Workshop. So of course I will place a link down below in my description box for all the ladies, their beautiful channels, and of course there you also find the link for the playlist with tons and tons of beautiful inspiration for you to find. Of course, enough talking, we go further to our next DIY.
For today's DIY, we have this feet for scale big plate of wood that I'm going to transform into a Christmas tree. It is thick stuff. Here you can see, hopefully see, it's thicker than my thumb. And this is pressed wood that we got from the IKEA. Because, yeah, they have leftovers there, at least here at a store nearby. Near the exit, you get a free wood, container where you can get just free wood, which may probably be a leftover part, or maybe sometimes you also have a damaged part that you can use for your own project and give it a second life. So that's a really good idea of IKEA. So that's why Jenny and I mostly get our free wood, and the quality of this stuff is really good because I think this was made for, panel for furniture or something like that. Well, time to craft. I want to make a Christmas tree out of this, and then I want to saw holes here and there so we can put Christmas ornaments in there. And for those holes, we have the power tool that you see here, the drill with this, this is a drilling hole thing tool. I have no idea how you translate this, but my husband kept it, and yeah, it is a really cool thing. So I'm going to use that one, and also the power saw to saw out the tree itself, of course. But first, let's draw. I printed just a silhouette from the internet onto the biggest possible size for me to print. I don't know if I'm going to use this size. I'm, of course, going to cut it out here along the lines. But hopefully when I lay it down flat upon the wood, I am able to draw around, bigger lines than that they actually are. If that won't succeed, I can also always just fall back onto the smaller size. We'll see how it turns out, but this is the base that I needed. Right, I'm going to try to transfer this with a permanent marker onto the wood. And at first I wanted to draw around a little bit bigger. Hopefully then I have a bigger tree. So let's say we start about here, and we go to there, and let's see here. Just adding points. So hopefully know where to stop drawing. So like that. I'm carefully going to transfer it. If not possible, then I can always draw around this. First want to give this a try. Certainly is not a perfect tree, but I think it looks pretty cute. I'm going to, do some touching here and there to hopefully give a nicer look. And then I think we can start sewing with the power saw. Okay, change of plans. I'm not happy with how the tree looks like at the moment. So that's why I draw a line here through the center. And a big other piece of old scrapwood helped me with that as a ruler. Then I measured from the top, which is here, every 10 centimeters. I marked that line, and I also did that with the both of the sides. So now I can draw vertical lines or horizontal lines. I already have the vertical one. And then I'm going to redraw my Christmas tree because, yeah, it not going to be perfect, and I really want it to be perfect because I wanted to put it at the front porch, or on another big centered piece of the home, so it has to be perfect. And that's why I'm going to redo it. So yeah, first let me draw the horizontal lines, and then we'll see how much further we can get. The bigger triangle lines are probably a better shape for the Christmas tree, and also this part here will be the bottom section. I don't know if it will be necessary to make it that wide, but at least then it stands strong. And that's important because this wood is really heavy. Well, I think that will be the shape. Let's go sewing. The power saw is ready. And I am too. Just wearing safety goggles just to make sure that there won't be splinters in my eye. Because what I noticed with this saw is that you sometimes have to blow all the dust away, otherwise you can see where you're sawing properly. And yeah, then your eyes get really close to the saw. You don't want to damage anything, so. Costed me a while, but here is the tree. Really nice and big, and it's solid. Good. I'm happy. Time to do the next step, which I think is, sanding the edges or filing the edges, and then we're going to paint. Oh no, of course not. We're going to paint. We're going to drill the holes. I forgot the holes. So dumb. This is the tree looks right now. I think it starts to look super nice. The holes, I needed help. So yeah, my partner helped me. He drilled and I stabilized the wood because I wasn't strong enough to drill completely through the wood. So we have to do it together. So this is our together project for the front porch or another place at home. Maybe the hallway. Yeah, that is also a nice place. Anyway, I placed some blocks underneath here because I want to paint also the inside of the holes. This is the paint. Also available or suitable for outdoor. It's for wood, metal, and plastic, PVC, black, indoor and outdoor. And I have this small paint roller, so I can easily roll inside and here in the sides as well. That is also the reason why I put those blocks underneath. So you don't have to smudge all over the place because this is just a big bag that I cut in half. Normally this was the size. It's a waste bag. Now it's just a double size. Okay, let's paint. What do you think? Doesn't this thing exactly look like Starship Destroyer from Star Wars right now? That's the only thing I could see from the top. Okay, let's go. Smudged a little bit here and there, but now we have a black Starship Destroyer, Christmas tree. Yeah, I'm really satisfied with the result and I love working with the paint roller. On the bottom section it looks like there isn't any paint, but believe me, there is. Only this is the reflection of the light. Look, you can see it. And yeah, I'm giving this an overnight time to dry because this special outdoor paint needs a lot longer drying time than the chalkboard paint we normally use. So I'm going back to bed. And yeah, I'm going to see you next day. Goodbye. See you soon. Good morning. It's the next day and I'm really happy with how the paint turned out. Let me show you a little bit from the top. This is what it looks like right now. And yeah, I already got my well, how do you call this thing? Crate with plastic Christmas ornaments out of the storage. And I also have some pink ones, but I want to use the green, the red, and the gold ones. But I need to find the right size because I have drilled holes. I think this is the smallest I have. Then we can get to this one. Do we also have one size in between? No, I think these are the 3 smallest that I have. Now let's see, do they fit in the holes? Because this was the largest drill that we found. This one fits. This one does as well. And this one does too. Great. Now let's assemble some more. And then I'm going to get my hot glue gun so we can start assembling everything. Oh, I think this will be the arrangement of colors. I really like how it looks right now. To hang them up, we're using twine, but this rope is too thick. So that's why I'm going to unwrap these strings so I can reuse them. And now they become smaller, and hopefully then you will can get them through the ornaments and just glue them upon the wood. I put the tree up straight so I can really glue everything together. I have the hot glue here, I have scissors, and I have all the ornaments with twine attached to it. To protect the floor and everything, I just put up an old blanket there. And yeah, now I'm carefully going to start at the top and then just glue these upon the wood. That was much more difficult than I thought it would be. So I have another solution. Just going to tie them up the back with the duct tape. So I'm turning this thing over. This is the back side. I also painted the back because this thing has to stand outdoors and we don't want to damage it. So you just hang them in here like this. Hold it there. And then you just attach a bit of duct tape on the back. Let's say about this. Make sure that it's lined pretty neat in the center. And then just hang up like that. Also works are outside and much more easier. So I think I'm going to do that for the rest as well. This is how it looks like from the front side. I think this looks super cool. What do you think? Also had a really cool bow that I wanted to attach. And the last step is adding lights. I have a copper cord with LED lights suitable for outdoor use. And yeah, I'm just going to, it has a timer by the way. I'm going to put the battery pack, because that's a big thing. I'm going to put that on the back side of the wood. Somewhere down, I think. Really, that duct tape was an invention. Well, let's say about here or something. So just tie it up with the duct tape again. And then yeah, this is better. It already holds, but I'm going to secure it a little bit more. Oh. No one's going to see this. Oh gosh, I always have that with 1 or 2 pieces in the DIY, that it starts curling around and gone weird. This is better. Okay. let's say we start up here. Just going to tie it up like that. Then flip this like so. Oh, let's put on the lights. Because if you put the lights on, then you can better see what you're doing. Okay, I'm going to figure this out. I don't know yet how I want to have it. Okay, here's what I did. I just put the battery pack on the back here. Then I duct taped the string of lights on the back side here. Pulled it there. Tiny piece of duct tape on the back. Repeated it again. And now it just looks like a decorated tree. How I would add the lights. Well, I think I'll leave the tree this way. I remove the bowl. You can also do it with a bowl, but I think I just do it without. Because I like this one more. I don't have the right ribbon to make a bowl matching this. Yeah, actually free DIY, because this costed me really nothing. Just got free wood from the IKEA, some Christmas ornaments, and actually everything I used was in my stash already. But of course, if you want to, you can also add a bowl to this DIY, and then it looks like this. Might be interesting to see how I attach the bowl. First, I put a big dot of hot glue here on the back. Then I have this sticky gum. You can use it to hang up posters. Push that upon the glue. And then you can easily, I'm not going to press right now, but then you can easily attach it. And yeah, it also stays really well that way. Easy as that. Yeah, actually, it is also cute this way. You can use another bowl, a smaller one, a bigger one, up to you. You can also put it upon the top. But therefore, this thing has way too long fishtails. And I want to leave it this size because maybe I can use it in another project. But you can also do something like this. Yeah, these are just ideas. Do whatever you like, of course, because it's your project. And here you see the final look of this DIY. I hope that you like what we've made today. If you did, don't forget to give the thumbs up. And if you didn't already do that, subscribe to the decoeasy family. Jenny and I would be happy to welcome you. So, of course, you also want to know what it looks like with the light on. So there we go. There it is. Those lights aren't the brightest, but that's what makes it so super cozy. And yeah, we hope you had fun watching. Thank you very much for taking the time to stop by and watch the video. Jenny and I hope to see you back again next time. Have a nice day. Well, that was it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Jenny and I hope you had fun in this video. And we wish you a nice day. Of course, we hope to see you back again next time. Have a nice day with your loved ones. Bye, everyone.